Hi guys, welcome to my channel Lush Gardener. I hope you guys are fine and are safe. So today we are going to be discussing about an aloe plant. Now I think I've never made any videos on aloes. Probably I've made a video on Haworthia because that was a mix between aloe and Haworthia. So I haven't made a video on just an aloe plant. So this is called as an Aloe Snowstorm. It is a variety of aloe. Looks absolutely stunning. I think it gets the name snow because of those variations on the leaves. Now guys, talking about the care requirements, it's a very simple to grow plant just like any other aloe. All it requires is a well draining soil. Ensure that the soil is loose, porous and well draining. Ensure that your pot has a drain hole. Now they do like a little bit of watering, but I would always say is wait until the succulent is showing you signs of thirst. Basically the leaves will start to close inwards just like our regular succulents. Now just like succulents as well, aloes also tend to store water in the form of gel in their leaves, so they are drought tolerant, but again that does not mean that you're going to keep them extremely dehydrated. They can go without watering for a longer period of time, but they will definitely show you signs that they need water. I tend to water probably once in 2 weeks or once in 3 weeks. Now the main question is, can this aloe be kept in direct sunlight? I will show you something else. Because what happened is when I kept this succulent in direct sunlight, the tips of the the tips of the aloe started to get burnt, and I had to move it immediately to indirect bright light. Even the bloom was slightly starting to get burnt. As you can see, this is the leaf. It was getting burnt, so I had to move it to indirect bright light. Usually it's said that aloes will do well in full sun, but I think this particular variety was not doing quite well. You can see the tips have got a little bit of burns, as you can see, so I had to immediately move it to indirect bright light. Now these plants are winter growers, which means that they go dormant during the summer. So winter is their growing period. If you want to add any fertilizers, you can do it during the winters. Even if you do not add fertilizers, it's absolutely fine. It will do quite well. But there is another important thing. Aloes are not frost hardy. So if you are a person who tend to experience snow, if your succulents are out during the winters and there is frost, then you have to ensure that you move your succulents indoor because they are not frost hardy. Especially when the temperatures drop below 10 degrees Celsius, that's when the aloes will start to have issues. Now I do not have any issues because the temperatures in my city do not drop till 10 degrees Celsius. So all my aloes are out. I have probably 2 or 3 aloes. I will also show you my regular aloe as well, the one that is called as the aloe vera. Now I don't have any issues with aloe vera. It is out in full sun, even afternoon sun, and I haven't seen any issues of it getting burnt. But probably these varieties are a little bit more fragile to direct sunlight, so that's why I had to move it. So it depends in which location you are and what kind of environment you are. If you feel that your aloe is having these brown tips, then ensure that you do not expose it to more sun. Probably it does not do quite well. Probably you can give just 1 hour of morning direct sunlight. 1 to 2 hours of early morning sunlight is absolutely okay, but definitely do not keep it out in afternoon sunlight. Especially when you start noticing that the tips are getting burnt, then that is a sign that either your succulent is not acclimated to direct sunlight or the sunlight is very strong. So you will have to change the location accordingly. For some people, they tend to grow their aloes in full sun. So again, it depends from environment to environment and what kind of season you are currently in. A lot of times as the seasons change, the succulents also change in requirements. They cannot handle a lot of light. Like for example, in my city, during winters I can expose them till 12 noon, but during summers I cannot expose them till that time because otherwise they will get burnt. So during summers I expose my majority of my succulents only up till 10:30, 11 a.m. is the maximum during summers, and during winters I usually tend to keep them out until 12 noon. But now this is an aloe. I seen that the tips are getting burned, so I'm not going to expose it to direct sunlight. I'll just keep it in indirect bright light. I have to water. I haven't watered it, slightly underwatered. You can see the soil is completely bone dry. The soil is very loose, porous, so ensure that you maintain that kind of soil mix. I haven't seen any mealybugs attack, probably because they have this really thick leaves. Even on my regular aloe vera, I haven't encountered any kind of pest attack, even though they have a lot of juice in them, but I haven't seen any pest attack. I will just show it to you in a while. So that was all about this variety. It's very easy to propagate. You can do a leaf propagation. You can even separate the offsets once they you see offsets at the base of the plant. You'll always see offsets at the base, so you can separate them once they reach a decent size. I happen to take out some of the leaves. As you can see, these leaves were completely damaged. They had got burnt, so I had to take them out, and I don't think these leaves are going to propagate. So when you're propagating it, you have to ensure that you have a proper cut. Even this was not properly taken out from the mother plant, so I don't think it's going to propagate, but still I'm going to keep it aside to see what's going to happen. So that was all about Aloe Snowstorm. So I think this is going to work out really well. You can even grow it near the windowsill as long as there is not much direct sunlight. If there is indirect bright light, you can definitely grow this at the windowsill. It looks absolutely beautiful. So let me quickly show you my regular aloe vera as well. So this is my regular aloe vera, as you all know. It has been doing quite well over here. So I had bought a small little cutting. It has grown quite big now, and then there is a small little pup that's growing. I also have some succulents. Probably, I don't know how these succulents ended up in this. There's a small little, I think it is ghosty, a Graptopelaum, that has ended up in this pot, and it's doing quite well. So this is the pup, and then this was the mother plant. I had bought a very small little cutting, and I just left it over here, and it's doing quite well. It has grown quite a bit. This is another pup that's coming up. So the aloe vera, regular aloe vera, tends to do quite well. It's growing quite good. You can see this. It is putting out a lot of new growth. So this aloe vera is in full sun. I mean, it gets a good amount of morning direct sunlight for around 4 to 5 hours, and it does quite well. But when I put the aloe snowstorm in around morning direct sunlight, it started to get a little bit burnt, so I had to move it to indirect bright light. But nevertheless, this aloe is doing quite well. Probably I will start using it very soon, because aloe vera is very good for skin. So little bit of pups over here of some, I don't know, probably I had added some soil which had some cuttings in that, or probably a leaf propagation has ended up in this pot. And this is the trailing jade. Probably again maybe a cutting that ended up in this. The trailing jade is also doing quite well. So this aloe vera is doing quite well, but if you are having issues with aloe vera, if it's turning brown, then just move it away from direct sunlight. Just keep it in indirect bright light. Probably the sun is too strong in your place. This aloe vera has been out even in the rains, and it has been doing quite well because the soil is very well draining, and this is a very regular aloe vera. So even if the soil is very poor in nutrients, because I haven't added any nutrients, it's just some extra soil that I had in the house. I just used that. I haven't used any well draining soil, but this soil is well draining. So I did not add any perlite, or I did not add any sand. It was just a regular soil that was lying around, and I just added it, and it's doing quite well because aloe vera is not very picky about the soil. You can put it in any soil and it will do quite well. So guys, I hope that this video was helpful to you. If it was, please hit the like button. If you're new to my channel, please consider subscribing to it. Until then, take care, stay safe, and keep planting.